Shalom and welcome, students of Torah. This year is entitled The Surprising Connection Between Shlomo Hamelech and our typical weekly Shabbat. So Shlomo Hamelech, of course, is known for Mishlei and his incredible life, building the Migdash and many other fascinating parts of his life. But we don't know about Shlomo's involvement in our Shabbat from week to week. In Hilchot Eruvin, a very technical halacha in Eruvin. We go ahead and it's the Gemara Shabbat. Today's Shabbat Daf Yud Dalam Abed talks about his involvement in Eruvin, and there's some fascinating changes from the Torah. Let's say right now I am in my room. Okay, let's say we have 16 families. Let's see how many people we have. 6 floors. Let's say we have 12 families in 120 Nahar Yadeh in this building. And let's say we were the early ones 20 years ago in Mount Shemesh. There's no Eruv yet even. So you think it's obvious I could carry from my apartment to the neighbors, or the Shamros, or the Khans. We could carry from one to another, even though there's no Eruv in the town, because we're in much better. If a string around the town somehow, that's a Tzurat Pesach, that's like Ki'ilu, like a wall. Well, we're in a building with walls. It's 100 times better. And that's true. And still, we cannot carry from, if there's no Eruv and the Rabbanut, nothing was set up yet, and we just moved to the town, the first building in the town, we cannot carry. From the Mayas to the Khans to the Shamros, we cannot carry to each other. Why? Midoraita, it's fine, but there are takanot involved. Midorabanan, and Shlomo was part of them. And the takana is that when you go from one domain to another in terms of business, in terms of Choshe Mishpat, property ownership, so the Myers own this, the Khans own their apartment, and Shabbos own their apartment. So you're right, halachically, in terms of Shabbos, it's one big building. It's one domain. It's Reshut HaYachid we could carry. The Rabbanan, and Shlomo was involved in this, came along and said, you know what? Once you carry from your place to another place, even though in terms of technical halacha, Reshut HaYachid on Shabbat, it's the same. Yeah, but in your mind, Bill, the Khans on their property, and the Shabbos on their property. It's a separate domain in Silver's business, monetary law. You might end up getting used to carrying from one domain to another domain, and therefore we say it's a problem. Unless you make an Eruv. You say, you make an Eruv? What do you mean? The building is one big Eruv. No. Eruv has a denotation and a connotation. The definition of Eruv means a food, a piece of matzah, something that brings the people together, unifies them. And in the Rabbanut, there's a box with matzah. That's the Eruv. What we see the string around the town is a Tzurat HaPetach. It's a string. So we already have a Tzurat HaPetach. We have a wall. We have a proper building. But we needed the Eruv Chatzerot to go ahead and join us together. So we moved 20 years ago into the building. The Baal Noise, the Rabbanut already did exist many years before that, and they already created that Eruv Chatzerot. So it's amazing that Shlomo Hamelech, we don't associate him with these kind of things, but the Gemara in Shabbat Daf Yud Dalet actually does, and it's halacha and ma'aseh till this very day. And the nafkamina comes out is what? Shabbos Eruv is down. The matzah still exists by the Rabbanut. I can still carry from house to house, apartment to apartment in the building, even though I can't carry outside. Shalom.